It's the Sportszone Unfiltered, brought to you by HEB.
It's Sportszone Unfiltered on the Cube. I'm Paul Gallant, John Lopez, and from theblondside.com. Special guest, it's Jamie Lamb in the house. Jamie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a while.
It has.
You tend to go all over the world, really, with some of your adventures. I want to bring it back home. We got an adventure coming up called football season.
My favorite one.
And we were talking about that. I mean, this is
transition.
This is such, I'm a professional. I am a professional.
I was hoping you'd say you missed me and
I've missed you dearly.
Okay. But back to football.
But back to football, it all starts with the Texans in this town. You and I have talked about that. No matter what Astros are doing, and they're doing a lot, no matter what Rockets are doing, and they're not doing a lot, it comes back to the Texans, and this has got to be a really exciting time to get started.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this new team can do. I mean, the quarterback situation's finally a little under control. The whole J.J. Watt thing, that's all anybody's really talking about right now, so we'll see. And I think last I heard, he might be taking a few plays this week.
Yeah, so he's...
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see. He should be ready for game one.
But back surgery, why rush it?
Right, I'm the same way. I feel like with J.J. Watt, take your sweet time, dude.
You've
Don't
had
get out
one
there.
heck of a career. It's going to continue for a really long time, and just don't chance it. I mean, you are the face of the franchise. Don't.
Speaking of face of the franchise, on the offensive side, you've been in this town long enough to know that the story of the Texans is, when are they going to get a quarterback? Mm-hmm. They've got a quarterback by name now, and they're certainly paying him. That's got to be the biggest story. Let's see, and what we've seen so far in the preseason, looking pretty good for Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, definitely. And quite frankly, I'm pretty impressed with Tom Savage as the backup.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt.
Who would have thought we'd all say that? But it's pretty exciting. My favorite thing that I'm most excited about is no more Arian Foster. We've made a really healthy upgrade. Aside from the negative Nancy and the whole namaste,
the weird,
namaste
the weird
stuff. It's really an upgrade. And for once, I think we can look at the depth chart at the running game, and everyone looks like they want to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be faking it, but they at least look like they want to be there.
My biggest concern right now is the offensive line. Nick Martin, we heard a whole lot of things going into the regular season about how this guy's really good. Bill O'Brien says it's the best rookie he's ever seen. Now we got Greg Manx and we got Xavier Su'a-Filo, and I hope that they're able to make Lamar Miller and Brock Osweiler look good this season, but I'm a little nervous about that unit.
Or not getting our really expensive quarterback injured.
That's the main thing. That's the biggest
thing. It's almost like in preseason, you want to see what he can do. You want him to take these reps, but you're like, don't injure him, We just paid a lot for him. We got to see him in the regular season.
Well, we've seen what happened with Teddy Bridgewater this week. Ooh. And that can happen at any time.
I kind of want to see that video. Does that make me weird?
No, it doesn't.
I think it does.
A little bit.
Does it?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, players were reportedly vomiting over that.
I know. I want to see it, and I would replay it. But
well, that makes you weird. Yeah. But seeing it, being curious to see it does not. But anyway, the point is, that you're right. You're 100% right. Offensive line, it's 4 out of 5 new guys from last year at the end of the year.
Don't kill Brock, please.
Please don't kill Brock.
It's not like we had a lot working with last year, so
this is true too.
Since we last had you on, Jamie, your least favorite athlete in Houston, Carlos Gomez, he has left the town. So I figured I'd ask you. So
probably hit a home run too.
Who is athlete persona non grata in Houston now?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I get all excited.
Yeah.
Were you finally good?
Can it be in the sports world, or does it need to be an athlete? Because if it's the sports world, I think you'll know who I'm going to say.
Who?
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Say it.
On the count of 3, go. 1, 2, 3. Rick Smith.
Bam.
I knew it, yeah. Yeah, he's still my least favorite.
Yeah, he probably still would be, I guess, for a lot of people. Although he's had a pretty good run here in the last couple of years.
You know what? This draft class is looking pretty good thus far.
I know.
What's going on in your world? Theblondside.com?
Not a whole lot. Hopefully doing some traveling soon again, either for football season and beyond. And that's it. I've gotten kind of boring lately.
No, you never get boring. Never.
Gotta liven it up a little bit then.
I know. Now I feel like the pressure's on. I'm going to go party tonight.
I got to go have some fun.
Preseason. As long as we beat the Cowboys, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Absolutely. All right, so how do you guys make a 4th preseason game entertaining for you to watch?
You don't play it. No, I'm a big fan. I don't know where you stand on this. I don't think they need more than 2 preseason games, period. Have some inter-squad practices, get your OTAs and your training done. The inter-squad practices are more productive to me because the coaches are on the field. You can actually, let's say when the Texans play the Cowboys, you wanted to get X number of snaps for Brandon Weeden, but because there was a turnover or the third quarter, Tom Savage went late on his drive, he only gets a fewer number of plays. You don't have any control of that. You do have a control in an inter-squad practice. I don't think you need more than 2 preseason games.
Well, and I think it's it's a little deceiving. You got your first string quarterback up against your, third string defense or whatever it might be, and I just think it gives you false hope, or it doesn't allow you to evaluate the players the way that you should.
Right.
And preseason's just really boring. It's
Yes.
so anticlimactic. I mean, it's kind of, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad, but I get really excited when the Olympics are about to start, and then they start, and I forget to watch them. I'm like, that's cool, and that's what preseason is. But you can't have the regular season without preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have less preseason, though. I think we
That's
could all
true.
I
agree
think 2
on
weeks
that.
is max.
Jamie Lamb, theblondside.com. Check out all of her work on that. All right, coming up next, Sportszone Unfiltered on the Cube. We wrap things up with our champs and our chums. We're going to talk a little bit more about that 4th preseason game and a whole lot more. Stay tuned for it.
Don't go anywhere. The Sports Zone Unfiltered will continue after the break.